Welcome, everybody, into a very special podcast episode here on the Huskers Radio Network as we celebrate National Girls and Women in Sports Day. I'm Jessica Coody, and we are bringing a little crossover edition here. The Rai and Ray Show takes over the Huskers Radio Network. If you are unfamiliar with that, we have Teraya Sigler and Ryan Hunter. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, see, you guys are so in sync already because of all the previous work that you guys have done.
We spend so much time together. It's so fun.
We're going to dive into that. Want to know all about that. Let fans know where they can watch. But how's it going? You guys staying warm, both from not as cold places growing up? How are we handling the cold?
I mean, it's a bit rough, but...
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah. I'm really not. I don't...
Not used to it yet?
No, I just don't get how y'all think this is normal. Yeah. You know, you guys...
I don't either. I'm not from here.
You guys go and walk, and I see people going on runs. I'm like, go home.
Yeah.
Go home and...
Please.
Put a jacket on.
Some, warm coffee or, some hot chocolate or something.
Yes,
Bed rot.
Sure.
Well, how's it going? Obviously, last time we chatted with you guys, saw you guys. I know a little bit of a disappointing end of the season. How did you guys manage that and kind of, I guess, work through all of that before you came back for the semester?
I mean, obviously not how we wanted to end the season, but I also feel like, we lost to the national champion in 5 sets by 2. We can't just base our season based off of our loss. We were so close, and it's you can go back and go with the what if. So what if we did this? What if they did that? And it's that's just a good team. And I think that we gave it everything that we could have given. We literally had people sick, injuries, just everything was thrown against us. And I'm not here to make excuses, but it's just that's how sports works. And we were so close, and it doesn't mean that needs to be looked at as a bad thing, but as okay, we have something to build off of next season. And with our new freshmen, it's just, I feel we went through the 5 stages of grief for the first week.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's okay, if we look at the reality of it, our season was very successful, and I mean, we made it to the Elite Eight. We got to practice a little longer than most teams. So that's something to be grateful for, I feel if we look at it in that way.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Very well said.
And I feel you guys have such a good grasp because you have so many eyeballs on everything that you're doing. And I mean, Harper is an incredible leader in that regard. I mean, she has talked through her story, but how important is that to remember that, hey, it's more than just winning every single time. It's about the process too.
Yeah. Oh, me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I feel in our gym, we kind of hone in a lot, about the process. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, when we lost, it sucked a lot, but we all just had to remember that, we worked so hard throughout the season.
Progress isn't linear. It's always about, there was a lot of growth and everything, and we brought in new people, and we had different roles, and I just feel what Ryan said, it's we work so hard, and, it sucks because it's that's the price you get for carrying and, the emotions that come with it, but at the same time, it's looking at the positives of the Lord really blessed us that year, and I hope that continues. But bringing together just an amazing group of people is something to celebrate, not something to be upset about that we lost.
Absolutely. Good. Very, very good perspective. All right, well, this time a year ago, you guys were moving in. Does it feel like it's been a year?
No. Really?
I feel I don't know. I feel the freshman going in, I'm man, I feel old. I feel so old, and I feel we're not the new freshmen. We're the washed up sophomores.
Yeah.
We're just there.
Yeah,
but it's,
okay.
I mean, we're growing up. The age, though, that I'm turning this year is a little too serious for my liking.
Yeah, she's an oldie.
I turned 20.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting into the 20s.
What?
No longer a teenager.
Oh, I'm going to hold on to that. I am still a teenager. But, it's, in perspective that we're growing up. I mean, we're...
Yeah, for me, it didn't really feel like a whole year. I think we definitely, in the moment, it was oh, my God, this is...
surreal.
This is,
yeah.
What am I doing here? But, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm wait, I moved in. Literally, January 15th, I was like, what? I moved in a year ago today?
Right.
Like, it just didn't even feel like that.
And we're not even in the dorms anymore either.
Yeah.
So it's like,
we're all moved out. We're all grown up in our own houses and apartments. Like, it's so weird.
It's so weird.
Okay, so how is Ryan Hunter different a year later? How is T. Sigler different a year later from that freshman that was moving in this time a year ago?
Okay. So I've learned a lot. Obviously, like volleyball and like just like, I don't know, how to live on my own, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was growing up, I did depend a lot on like my parents to like, you know, get me situated, like you need to do this. I'm like, okay, this is the time you leave. And I'm like, okay. But like now I actually have to like do it on my own. So I learned a lot about that. I learned a lot about volleyball, like in the aspect of like, because like I'm a red shirt, obviously. So I learned a lot about like how there are so many more aspects to the game than like physical. Like you have to be a good teammate. Your development is also very important. Like all those type of things. And I feel like I learned them in such like a quick amount of time, because like a year, like that sounds like so long, but like when you put it into perspective, it's like really not that long, especially when you're on the go like all the time. So it just like flies by. But yeah, I think the Ryan Hunter from freshman year and now learned like time management.
For the record, you were voted the most likely to be late, but you were early today, and you even beat T here. For the record,
I was early today.
You were also early, but she was earlier.
I was earlier than you, and that's really surprising because she's early a lot.
Yeah.
But you're proud.
I'm so proud
Thank
of
you.
you.
Thank
Wow,
you.
like my mom heart.
Thank
I'm just
you.
like, ugh.
I'm trying.
I just want to say that I'm super proud of Ryan, because I feel like the growth of like how frustrated she would get at herself in the beginning of the season has grown so much, because I think that she's giving herself grace, and like looking at who she is as a player mentally, like then and now, is like night and day of like that confidence of like, if I don't get it the first time, I'm going to keep trying until I do get it, and not get so down on yourself. So I am proud of you.
You're a sweetheart. I love you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes.
I would say,
I think that's an important mountain to climb for young athletes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, it's you don't think about that, but that's when you're so used to being so good and elite and perfect, and then you have to go through the growing pains. It's a process too.
It is.
Going back to the process.
It is.
Yeah.
Very big process.
Yeah. Okay, how's T different?
I would say that T is different because, I would say like as a person, as I think I've really valued like, I don't know. I feel like for me, what's been different is that I'm an only child, so I feel like independence just has come really naturally to me, just because it's only been me and my mom. Like I've never really had siblings to worry about, micromanage. Like it's kind of been the T show for a little bit, but I just feel like learning to find love outside of volleyball and find like other things to do. I'm not just an athlete, because I feel like in high school and in elementary school, I was strictly a volleyball player. I didn't really care about anything else. If I had an off day, I'm going to go play volleyball. If I had any free time, I'm going to go watch volleyball. And it's like that, all of that is great, but like for how much that we play, it's like that just, you're subject to burnout. And so I think learning how to fall in love with life outside of volleyball has made my love for volleyball grow. Learning that, like I obviously am not from here, so getting to explore Lincoln and hanging out with people I don't usually hang out with, finding non-athlete friends, and like exploring in my classes, and just knowing that like I am a daughter to the utmost high before I'm an athlete, but I'm also a teenager who's just trying to figure things out. And so I think that for me is where I've grown, that I am more than just an athlete. And then athletically, learning obviously a different role, learning to be as helpful as I can wherever I'm needed. Obviously, everyone's goal is to start their freshman year, and I am super grateful that I was one of those freshmen, but learning how to take my role and how can I be the best in the role that I'm given to help my team. Because I feel like you can talk about this too, as higher ranked athletes, like we're used to just getting the spot and, you know, being the best on our teams and like coming in here. And it's a really humbling experience, but I think it is the best thing for you because you come in, you're like, how can I grow in my game in a different way? So just, you know, in the aspect of not getting so frustrated about it and like learning to just have fun with it, I think has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. In terms of this day and age with all of college sports and athletics and the transfer portal, every year, you know, fans are like, oh, who's coming back? Who's staying? So for you guys and in Nebraska volleyball, 2 years in a row that nobody goes into the portal. Why is that about this program that people want to stay here no matter what the role might be?
I would just say like the culture, like the people. We love, we love each other so much, and I just think that plays like such a huge factor into like how we play on the court. Sorry, and yeah, but like the culture, the people, the program, like everything is just so like people based, and I think we kind of like feed off of that, like when we're on the court and stuff, and the level of play, like the standard that we have is so high, but it's just like everyone comes in every day like wanting to meet that standard and achieve that standard, and it kind of just like brings us all together, especially because we love each other so much, and then we all want to help each other like reach that standard. And so that kind of like community that we build every year, I guess just makes people want to stay.
Yeah, I also think that like you're getting the best training whether you're a starter or not. Like everyone gets quality reps, everyone's getting better, and I also think that, like Ryan said, like it's a very like loving family, and obviously there are going to be kinks, there are going to be some things that go on, but I mean ultimately I feel like our team is very selfless of like how can we be there for each other on and off the court. I mean we all hang out with each other outside, like we all just like I just think that we value being a good human being rather than also just being a good athlete. I feel like that's something that kind of gets lost in translation in the day and age of sports, unfortunately. But like, I mean, I think it's just such a testament that like, you know, they are great like volleyball players, but like they are even better people, which is something to really be proud about.
Which I think you guys have to have with how competitive your practices are, because if you couldn't just, you know, turn it off, nobody would get along in the locker room because you guys battle it out every day, right?
It's crazy. Like.
Oh gosh, I remember our first week here, we're in practice, and I remember I was like, Ryan, why do I feel like I'm in the Final Four right now? Like, this is so intense. But seriously, like practices are so intense where like games are like, oh. It's not, wow, okay, it's not, like, I can breathe a little bit because our practices are so, like, I want to win, I'm going to do what I can to win. And it's, like, we have our friendly banter of, like, talking across the net and whatever.
We have a lot of banter.
But it's all love.
It's always love.
Are you two of the best, like, banterers? Or who would be the best?
The best banter as of last year was Rebecca Alec.
Alec, yes.
Yeah.
So who's going to take the crown then moving forward?
I don't know if you can take that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Like
her jersey's hung up in the banter Hall of Fame. Most definitely.
I think it's like really funny to like see like even like Bergen will get into it, and then when
Bergen
gets into it, we all like that like brings a fire almost of like, okay, if Bergen's gonna say something, I'm gonna say something.
We have to, because Bergen's like the most calmest person on the court.
Calm. And then when she gets it and when she's the loudest one, I'm like, oh yeah, like that was good. Like that was a good play.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I just have a couple more serious ones, but in terms of the coming in and having the expectations and the pressure that come along with Nebraska volleyball, but also just the eyeballs, how many people recognize you everywhere you go, all of that. Was that a transition process for you both, or did you kind of know what you were getting into? How were you able to manage at such a young age all of the eyeballs watching everything and so, I guess, tuned into every move that you make? Or was it something you had to kind of learn over the last year?
I kind of knew a little bit about what I was getting into, only because I went to like the volleyball day in Nebraska, the little stadium play where there's
little
92,000.
stadium.
Sorry, the big, huge stadium play. When there was like so many people in the stands, I was like amazed. I was like, wow, like, and it was so cool because like I was standing right next to the court, so like when I looked up, I could see like all the people, and it was such like a very, it was low-key kind of scary. I was a little frightened because I was like, oh my God, there's so many people in here. It's so loud, like you could hear it like so many miles away from the stadium. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. But also for me, it wasn't really like a transition because when I was younger, I used to dance. So like I already had to like perform in front of like thousands of people. So like that wasn't really like a big change for me. So it doesn't really make me like nervous, but like the amount of people that show up for our games and just like are here to support us like in the stands is just like, it's just so crazy to me. It's very surreal.
It is so surreal. Yeah. I feel like I remember my first phone call with John on June 15th, our junior year, sophomore, like whenever that date was. And when I was talking and he was like, oh yeah, like if you commit here, like I hope you know that like you're gonna get a lot of attention. And I was like, what do you know? Like it's not, okay, attention. I remember the day that I hit post on like you're committed, it was like, boom, like you had people texting you, like calling you about interviews, all this stuff. And I was like, man, okay, so he was right. But like, I just, as Ryan said, I'm astounded that people care so much about like, not even just the sport, but just like women's athletics. I feel like it's grown over years and it's like, I have a heart of gratitude every time that someone asks like if I'm a Nebraska volleyball player, because I'm just like, I feel so grateful and honored that you think that I'm someone to look up to as a volleyball player. And so, like Ryan said, like it's been people from, is this the Midwest? We call this the Midwest? Sorry. The Midwest are so incredibly sweet and like nice. So Husker Nation's a different type of beast. Like it's crazy.
Okay, so I want to get the backstory for the Rai and Ray Ray show. If you follow these two on TikTok, on social media, they are quite entertaining, and they do Gatorade taste tests at everywhere you go. I mean, how did it start? Did you guys immediately click? I mean, just tell me all the origin stories of this.
I think it was because at Penn State, that was our first like big like that was like what? October 3rd.
Yeah.
Like that was our first big
How do you remember that?
Because that
impressive. Anyways, keep going.
Penn State, right? Right. I remember I saw like a review on TikTok and I was like, oh, like that'd be really cool. I was like, Ryan, we should try this, and then whatever. So then we got into it and I was like, how do you want to film this? And you were just like, I don't know, just hit play. And then hit play and you were like, she calls me Rai because of Ray Ray. She calls me Ray Ray because of Teraya. Ray. No one's ever called me that. I call her Ray Ray. Rai.
Glitch in the system.
Right.
Okay.
And we just like hit play and it was just like, what's up, guys? Like,
what's up, guys?
Welcome to the show. And then
Welcome back.
Just like, I mean, I kind of was like, let's see how the first video does. And if people think this is cringy or funny. And then like, it kind of like, blew up from. I mean, I've gotten so many messages being like, "When are you guys coming back? And we need the show to get back on."
Season 2.
Right.
We really just have to like, I don't know. I think we just need to actually like plan out what we're gonna do for season 2 because people are really looking forward.
Izzy Superstar social media extraordinaire is in the building, and I feel like we need to float it to her at some point. You guys need to do like a blind taste test of, like the Diet Cokes.
Yes.
Something like that.
Okay.
We need to do that.
Yes.
Okay, but what makes like good Gatorade, and who has the best?
Okay, so really, you really have to like. So like, okay, the I don't know the word potency. The potency. That's very important. If it's watered down, that's very important. Me personally, color. It has to be pretty.
If it's ugly, we're in.
Yeah, no, like no. My favorite color is the teal one.
Yeah, mine's game day green. I just feel like that's just.
So it's more like, do you have a favorite flavor then? Or is it how it's constructed?
Well, I don't really know what the flavor is because, like, most schools, like, they just mix.
They just dump stuff
dump
together,
it in,
and
it's just like a flavor.
Well, funny story. We went to Michigan State, and we usually have like 1 or 2 guest stars. And Becca was our first guest star, and she was trying it, whatever. And we're like, Becca, what do you think? She goes, I taste pickle juice.
This is pickle juice in it.
And we're like, well, I don't know. And then like she's like asking around, whatever. So then we post the video and we have a game. That was at 11 a.m. We have a game at 6. We go in there, like we go into their locker room and they have the big jug of Gatorade and there's a pickle juice bottle on the top of it. Because we also rated it like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
And they put 4 out of 10 like on there,
the thing.
but with the pickle juice bottle. So then Becca's like, I told you guys there's pickle juice. And then we ask a trainer and they're like, no. Like, that's just
We're
not
trolling
a thing.
you.
We're
Like,
trolling
there's
you
just
guys.
Oh, that's so
they
funny.
were just trying to joke with us. But I mean, I feel like with Gatorade, it's really easy to go overboard or like not do enough.
Yeah.
the mark
It's just
completely.
like, it's all about like, for us, I mean, as we're professionals at this now, I just feel like schools are getting a little too stingy or they're just doing too much.
Yeah.
We just got to find a happy medium.
Well, is it hopefully with the traction the show's getting that people will up their game when Nebraska is coming to play
I
there?
hope so. Either they
hope
like
so.
when we were doing it, like some schools wouldn't even put out their Gatorade. Like they just
We were
give
just
us
testing water.
We were testing water. Like, we were like,
What?
this is not filtered.
I remember it was like, where were we? Someone came to us. I think Michigan State then came to us later in the season. And the Gatorade that we put out apparently wasn't very good. And they made a review about it. And they were like, you mean ours is a 4 out of 10? It like kind of got a little like snippy.
Oh,
And we were
okay.
like,
Get
wow.
really serious about their Gatorade.
Yes.
We're just like,
so we
guys,
had to put out a disclaimer like it's all
yeah,
love. It's all love.
You know.
So are we keeping it with Gatorade, or are we going to add some new additions, new flavor, or
No,
new
I
like
think we should like
layers to
spice
it?
it up a little bit.
I mean, I feel like our freshman year was good because we introduced like the like arena we were playing in. We'd be like, oh, we're at Rec Hall. Here's the court, so beautiful. Da da da. And then it was like, okay, Gatorade. I just don't know like what else. Like maybe we could test like the bleachers and how comfortable the seats are. Maybe I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like that. Could
Yeah,
be good.
I think we should like keep up like the review aspect, but I don't know with what. Maybe we could like, cause like remember when we made that In-N-Out video? People loved that. That was great.
Well, stay tuned for season 2.
So, yeah.
Tell everybody, where can they find it?
You can find like the Rai and Ray Ray show at Ryan Matea on TikTok, but also we're gonna start to mix it up a little bit, you know, and then we're gonna do some more reviews on Teraya's account. What's your TikTok name?
TT Sigler, I think.
Well, maybe
Boom,
we can put a
exclamation
graphic.
point.
so
Maybe
people-
just like right here,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
right
Right,
there,
bubble.
or maybe we can start some YouTube vlogs.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, after today, because I've got a million more questions. I feel like this should be a regular thing.
We could
Let's
talk for
do it.
hours if
Let's
you really
do it.
needed it.
I would love that. Maybe we could get like somebody to sponsor us, and we could
maybe
you know.
Gatorade.
Love the way you think.
Yes.
Okay, before we close this out, because again we're celebrating National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Who were your biggest female sports inspirations growing up?
Growing up,
And it can be any sport.
Do you want to go?
I would say, probably, okay, so when I was little, I played tennis. So I loved tennis. I did like my elementary school 5th grade project on Venus Williams. Love her. So I would say the sisters, Serena and Venus.
I feel like growing up, I played all the sports. So I feel like growing up, it was Simone Biles because I was a gymnast until I started growing, and then that dream went out the window. But I just loved her. Oh, and Gabby Douglas. I had the picture book when I was younger, and I just loved how she like just her whole story of like adversity and how that like led her to be how great she is now. And so I feel like as a volleyball player, it was always Catherine Plummer. I feel like she was just such a cool athlete to watch growing up, just because she was a hard worker and a team player. And I mean, 3 national championships is not too shabby to have on your resume either. But I just feel like looking up to those players, they always just seem like really good people. I feel like that's what made them stand out to me.
All right, last thing in closing, final thoughts here. What has it meant to you to just kind of, I mean, you hit on it a little bit, but just the platform you have here, the support you have here as we, again, celebrate the growth in women's sports, to be able to be a female athlete during this time. What does it mean to you both?
I just personally, I think that Ryan agrees too, I just give all of the glory to God of how amazing it has been to be a part of something so like historic and be a part of such a like an amazing program. Like even in the struggle, like these are all answered prayers. Like to be a part of something that's so amazing and like grow in your faith, grow as people, grow as athletes on this team, I think has meant the most to me, because obviously like volleyball is going to end at some point, unfortunately, but like it's all about the relationships and the connections and the memories that you make with it. So I think God has really just blessed me and blessed my teammates and being able to, have a platform to use for people and for young girls, because I feel like, we all are in that point in life where we were just girls with a dream wanting to go and do something. I mean, this was my dream school to come here, so like to be able to live that out and have a platform and a voice for anyone who is willing to listen, I think it's something to be really proud of, but like so thankful for the Lord, for the people, and for the platform to have.
Agreed. Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah. I would say like just like the community that's like forming within like women athletes and like all that. I think that's very special to me because one thing that was very, very important to me, like when I started playing volleyball, I was like, 13? I didn't really start as young as like everyone else.
Which is crazy to be starting at 13 and then you're amazing.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, like just growing up like from the age of 13, like something I really valued was relationships with my teammates and just all of that, because when I was younger, I would see my sister played volleyball, like she's the reason I started volleyball, and so seeing her and like how she interacted with her teammates and like just like watching her from the sidelines and hanging out with all her teammates at the end of the games, like it just sparked something in me that like made me want to start playing volleyball. And like that's just something I started cherishing like throughout the years. It's just like community and volleyball, and I feel like because of that, like I started like to be more appreciative of like women's sports in a way because of like just the community, like the girlhood. I don't know. That's just something I look up to a lot.
There's just a lot of joy in it. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I've had the utmost joy, even in points of low points this like last season, and even in volleyball, just to be able to have joy in the people that I'm playing with. That I know that like if we go to war together, like we have each other's backs, and like if I need something that's off the court, then I have 16 people to 15 people to call, and I think that's such like a comforting feeling, because again, community is such a big thing. Like, who are you going to war for? Who's going to go to war for you? I feel like it's super important.
Fantastic stuff. Again, it feels like we've only been talking for 5 minutes, but I'll let you guys get out of here. Thank you so much. And I think we got to run it back again here coming up soon.
Yes,
So.
thank you.
Teraya Sigler, Ryan Hunter here with us on a special episode here of Husker Women's Wednesday, powered by Emeritus. Emeritus is proud to power this podcast and all of Husker women's sports.